Welcome to your virtual ceremony. We are now live on YouTube and your ceremony will now begin.
Well, a very good afternoon and welcome from me. My name is Professor Geraint Rees and I'm Dean of the Faculty of Life Sciences. It's my honour and privilege to welcome you to UCL's 2021 virtual graduation ceremony. I'm really pleased to see so many of you graduates from the School of Pharmacy here with us today, and I know we have many friends and family members watching as well. We hope you're as proud as we are of this group and what they've achieved. Obviously, we wish we could have been celebrating in different circumstances this summer, but until we can celebrate safely together, I'm delighted that we're able to come together to do so virtually today. We'll try our very best to replicate the experience you would have had this summer with some little additional tweaks to do with the online environment. We'll be sharing a short video from our President and Provost. You'll hear speeches from myself, Professor Duncan Craig, and we'll also hear from an alumnus about what life is like after you finish your degree at UCL. But first, just a little housekeeping. I'm sure all of us are really familiar now with virtual meetings. Please do feel free to share messages of congratulations in the chat function that you'll find at the bottom of your screen. But otherwise, please stay muted, unless, of course, we call upon you to unmute. Graduates, we're going to be announcing names, or I'm going to be announcing names, in groups of 20 at a time. Once your name's been announced, we encourage you to turn your camera on, and at the end of each group, the panel will offer you our congratulations, noisily I hope, and then ask you to turn your cameras off before we move on to the next group. But first, I want to introduce you to our virtual platform party that joins us today to celebrate with you and who you can see on your screens. Colleagues, as I introduce you, please do unmute yourself and say hi to the audience. So I think I can see Arno first to unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi everybody.
That's great. And let's go on to Claire.
Hi, congratulations everyone.
Duncan, I think you're next alphabetically.
Thank you. Congratulations, everybody. Good to see you.
And Jasmina.
Congratulations.
Josephine.
Congratulations.
Mariam.
Congratulations.
Michael. Heinrich.
Hi.
Oh, Monday.
My very best wishes to all of you.
You both did that great. Mina.
Many congratulations.
MJ.
Very well done, guys.
Rebecca.
Congratulations, everybody.
Sarah Garfield.
Congratulations everyone, well done.
And Sarah Gavin.
Congratulations, everyone.
Fantastic. Sonia.
Congratulations, everyone.
Sudax.
Well done, everybody.
Afia.
Congratulations, everybody, and well done.
Gareth.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations on your success during what's been an incredibly difficult year for all of you.
Rosemary.
Congratulations, everyone.
And Asma.
Congratulations, everyone.
Now, I think that's everyone I can see on my screen, but probably almost certainly I may have missed somebody out. Anyone I've missed out that wants to say hi? That's fantastic then. So that's the first success. The entire platform party has managed to introduce themselves. No one has got stuck on mute, and we're all here. So I now therefore declare this ceremony open. And the first thing is to hear from our President and Provost. That's built your anticipation of the President and Provost nicely. We'll now hear from the Provost.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Spence, President and Provost of UCL. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all today to your virtual graduation ceremony, and I'd like to offer my wholehearted congratulations to you as you graduate from UCL and move forward to the next stage of your lives. Of course, I speak to many of you dispersed across the world today. We can agree that this situation isn't and hasn't been ideal, and we'd prefer to celebrate in person, but that doesn't diminish your remarkable achievements in any way. The whole UCL community is behind you, and we're in awe of the resilience that you've shown in the face of the challenges posed by the pandemic. Each of you has shown what you can achieve even under the most trying circumstances. This year marks the 195th anniversary of UCL's founding. We continue to base our principles and beliefs on those of Jeremy Bentham, a commitment to social justice and the availability of education to all. At UCL, we've always believed in changing the world for the better, and as graduates, you'll carry that goal forward. You're a part of UCL's history, but just as importantly of its future too. This is not the end of your UCL journey. You're joining an impressive global alumni community of over 300,000 graduates who support and celebrate each other and who go on to achieve remarkable things around the world. UCL and the alumni community is here for you, not only as you take the next step in your career journey, but for life. So thank you, and congratulations. I look forward to a time when we'll be able to come together in person to further celebrate your amazing achievements.
Thank you, President and Provost. So I am now delighted to present our graduates. So I have the pleasure of presenting to us all and to you these candidates who've been awarded a postgraduate certificate, a postgraduate diploma, a Master of Science, or a Master of Research. And we'll start with the following candidate who's been awarded a postgraduate certificate in general pharmacy practice prescribing, Esther Afi Afetopo. Please do remember to turn your camera on if you wish. Postgraduate diploma in general pharmacy practice next, Shabazz Akhtar. Pedro Enrique Alves Bandera. Sorina Bolache. Laia Castro Salvador. Renu Gurung. Samina Zahu Malik. Katarina Isabel Matius Loureiro. Susanna Yetunde Oziegba. Danielle Marie Sullivan. And Chun Man Wong. The next two candidates have been awarded the postgraduate diploma in pharmaceutical quality and regulation. Michael Kwasi Akahoho and Yewande Olusola Odubesan. Next is the Master of Science in Advanced Pharmacy Practice, Amandeep Kaur Setra. Next is the Master of Science in Clinical Pharmacy, International Practice and Policy, Zara Hanifa, Tujay Haikia, Yuri Hikida, Sama Haidar Fadil Abbas Jawad, Ekaterina Karamuzi, and Rachel Lang. Now that's our first 20, so I'd like to pause here and ask all my colleagues on the platform to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Thank you very much. So let's continue on with the Master of Science in Clinical Pharmacy, International Practice and Policy graduates. Siksi Charlotte Mudzingwa, Aram Omar, Carling To, and Chengwei Yen. Next, the Master of Science in Drug Discovery and Development, Efrosini Alexandru, Hassan Atamet, Zarina Cherel Brown, Xian Du, Rahel Kase Gebreselassie, Vanshika Kapoor, Huaiwen Liang, and Alexander Stefan Maximovich. Gerasimos Theodoros Mastrokolos, Jie Meng, Ahmad Zaman Mughal, Monica Selva Kumar, Yishuan Tang, and Shagufa Walizada, Carmin Yap, and Guangzhou Yu. That's our 20. So I ask all my colleagues on the platform to unmute themselves again and give a round of applause to these esteemed graduates. Well done, everyone. Next, we move on to the Master of Science in Drug Discovery and Pharma Management. Humun Afsadir, Rohan Ahmed, Noor Al-Atraki, Johanna Binding, Yiting Chu, Stephanie Deegan, Ronu Gurung, Rebecca Jones, Ekaterini Karamitru, Valeria Kulyanina, and Ziching Yu, Mithusha Mahadevan, Shamsa Saha Maksud, Niracha Funkwanchob, Natalie Hospisilova, Deng Yung Ching, Sharon Raja, Cleon Emlyn Roberts, Maximilian Christoph Schneider, and Maria Scafida. That's the next 20. So I would like to pause here and again ask all my colleagues to unmute themselves and give a round of applause for our esteemed graduates. Well done, everyone. So continuing with the Master of Science in Drug Discovery and Pharma Management, we have Haoxuing Sun, Efstathia Varakhtari, Wen Wang, Angeline Hui-Ting Yo, and Levent Zolt Zodi. Next, the Master of Science in Experimental Pharmacology and Therapeutics, Sulafa Abdullah Al-Sadlawi, Siki Deng, and Sophia Fontana Justi, Liamen Xin Kuo, Kwaku Li, Amir Afzal Lodi, and Kylie Shenglang Pan, and Zhengwen Zhang. Next, the Master of Science in Medicinal Natural Products and Phytochemistry, Duha Abdullah Alamudi, Fatima Samir Al-Jishi, Ebtihal Hamdan Al-Tomali, Gabrielle Florence Grace Bangay, Angeliki Baruti, and Jihui Fang, Haiping Jiang, and Lutakora Mbaka Mujinga. That's our next 20. So I would like to pause here and ask my colleagues to unmute and join me giving a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. We're continuing with the Master of Science in Medicinal Natural Products and Phytochemistry to Fatima Ibrahim Kasadi, Michelle Habiba Rachel Shasha, Lucy Tia Taneta Yule, and Yichen Yue. The Master of Science in Pharmaceutical Formulation and Entrepreneurship, Karen Al-Litani, Avanthia Yosikudu, Antonia Kappa, Ama Afrakoma Kesa, and Konstantinos Koutsodimos, Panagiotis Kotsukos Kotongianis, Chloe Audrey Liane Lortel, Huang Viet Nguyen, Louis Posa Sotero, Aisha Rav Qureshi, and Sasha Monique Kawasera. The Master of Science in Pharmaceutics, Mazna Almatrudi, Mattia Bulic, Xinjin Kao, Nerisha Chuhan, and Jiankui Feng. That's our next 20, so I'd like to pause here and ask my colleagues to unmute themselves and give another round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Thank you so much. So continuing with our Master of Science in Pharmaceutics graduates, Xinjing Gao, Bhavesh Gohil, Xingcheng Guo, Imra Hassan, Yuan Hu, Qingqing Hui, Yiliang Jiang, Yifan Jing, Anna Kirstine Jorgensen, and Mohammad Johar Abbas Kazmi, my apologies, Shuting Li, Yaxian Li, Tiansen Li, Xuan Li, Rui Li Yu, Tianyang Yu, Dijia Liu, Xenophon Manolis, Ramis Nassim Sheikh, and Labiba Noure. So at the end of that 20, I would like to pause and ask my colleagues once again to unmute themselves and give a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Thank you so much. So continuing with our Master of Science in Pharmaceutics graduates, we have Luca Pachi Serra, Pompoj Wani Chakun, Christos Pilis, Keu Chiang, Hedye Sahel, Siyuan Shan, Zhe Song, Shuaishuan Tan, Jingyi Tang, Xuanjing Wang, Manning Wang, Luoyuan Wu, Bohan Zhu, Panagiota Yassimi, Li Zhang, and Meng Zhang. The Master of Research in Drug Science at Xiang Liu, Fabrizio Rudari, Xingyue Shi, and Shayu Wang. At the end of that 20, I would like to once again pause and ask my colleagues to unmute and join me giving a round of applause to our esteemed graduates. Now, we now turn to the successful candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. These candidates, as many of you know, undertake a program of independent research over at least 3 years. They must demonstrate a capacity to pursue original-based thought and action and provide a distinct contribution to their subject. A research degree requires total commitment and is at the very pinnacle of academic study. So I have very great pleasure in presenting to you the following candidate who has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Antibiotic Drug Discovery and Development. That is Dr. Aisha Taib Ahmed Al-Nami. The Doctor of Philosophy in Behavioral Medicine and Clinical Pharmacy is awarded to Dr. Bo Ni. Doctor of Philosophy in Biopharmaceutics is awarded to Dr. Farhan Qayyum Tahirali. And Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Pharmacology and Epidemiology to Dr. Hassan Al-Wafi. The Doctor of Philosophy in Medicinal Chemistry is awarded to Dr. Jingyuan Zhu. And the Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience to Dr. Anna Hepzibah Hans. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Nanoscience goes to Dr. Gang Li. And Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Process Development and Drug Delivery to Dr. Leslie Shinazo Onyekuru. Several candidates are awarded Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutics. Dr. Atia Jamal Masood Awad, Dr. Mutaz Yahya Badr, Dr. Fabrizio Fina, Dr. Fuad Helal, Dr. Fotis Leopoulos, Dr. Shivam Madan, and Dr. Sarah Jane Trentfield. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacoepidemiology is awarded to Dr. Tien Tian Ma, and Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacy to Dr. Mohammed Fauzi bin Abd Jalil. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacy Practice is awarded to Dr. Jamila Al-Saidan, and Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacy Practice and Policy to Dr. Sumal Mohsin Sheikh. That concludes all of our candidates, but for those last 20, I would ask all my colleagues to once again unmute themselves and give a very big round of applause to all of our esteemed graduates.
Woohoo! Well done! Yay!
So I am absolutely delighted now to invite my colleague, Professor Duncan Craig, to say a few words. Duncan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dean. And first of all, can I reiterate the congratulations to all our graduates that's already been expressed on behalf of all the staff of the UCL School of Pharmacy. It's a great pleasure to see you here, even virtually. This has been an enormous journey for all of us, but particularly for you, because not only have there been challenging external circumstances, but this has also been, whatever the course you've been on, a very important part of your career pathway. And we have nothing but admiration for the perseverance, the hard work and the determination that you've showed in order to get yourself to this point. There is an expression which you probably know, the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire, referring to the fact that somebody that's actually had some challenges on their way to the point of their success actually comes through that much stronger than those that maybe didn't have quite such an interesting path to get to where they wanted to go. And I think this absolutely applies to you. And I think several people, including the Provost, have made reference to the fact that despite whatever's happened in the external environment, you have got there and you have succeeded. And we are absolutely delighted to be sharing this day with you. So where does this leave you in terms of what you have hopefully gained from the time that you spent with us? Well, firstly, hopefully you have gained invaluable knowledge and skills, irrespective of the course that you've studied, that you were engaged with. And hopefully these are very much commensurate with having worked at what is one of the great world universities, and I hope you would agree, one of the world's great schools of pharmacy. But I hope that there's much more than just that. Secondly, I think all of you, irrespective of whether you have just graduated with a PhD or one of our PGT courses, you've actually been exposed to scientific and strategic decision making, and this is incredibly important. And I'm particularly referring, for example, to the projects for the PGT students, whereby because of the circumstances, we were actually involving our students far more in the design of the projects than would normally have been the case in previous years. And I'm supremely confident that you will find this invaluable as you move forward into more managerial positions later in your career. Thirdly, resilience. You can never have too much resilience. And I appreciate that it's been tough for many people. It's been frustrating at times, but also hopefully there have been times of great, great joy and a sense of accomplishment along your journey. And finally, the idea of flexibility. We've all had to learn how to work together and work on our own in new ways over the last couple of years. And again, I think we have nothing but admiration for the way in which you've adapted and the way that you've worked with us. And this has actually enabled all of us to actually get to this point of success. So I'd just like to finish by putting on my kind of metaphorical teacher's hat. I know I taught some of you, but not all of you by any means. Just for a thought to leave you with, a fascinating fact, if you like, and that is that Charles Darwin did not use the expression survival of the fittest. This is in fact what he said. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It is the one most adaptable to change. Now, I'm not trying to imply in any way that you are not the most intelligent of the species, of course you are. But the point that I'm making here is that it's this adaptability, it's this ability to find a way through, irrespective of what life throws at you, that you have all demonstrated you are absolutely capable of doing. And that is going to stand you in such good stead moving forward. So I'd like to finish now by reiterating the congratulations, but also hoping that you've actually had a very good interaction with us moving forward, and that a little bit of your DNA will forever be the UCL School of Pharmacy. Please keep in touch, don't forget us, and please consider yourself to be part of the UCL family as you move forward in your careers, whatever you decide to do. I'm now delighted to invite our Dean, Professor Geraint Rees, to give his faculty address. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Duncan, for a thoughtful and warm address that I think extends many of the thoughts and feelings that we all have about how resilient, how adaptable you have all been this year, and how proud we all are of all of you. So I want to extend my warmest congratulations on behalf of not just the School of Pharmacy, but the entire faculty on getting your degree. And to the teachers, friends and family who've helped you reach your goals this year of all years. Our faculty, of course, is not just a world-leading School of Pharmacy, but also brings together world-leading expertise in teaching, research and enterprise across a huge range of topics, from the environment and biodiversity through genes, molecular cell biology, neural circuits, to areas of physiology, pharmacology, and many other key areas for life sciences. And that's important. We now fully appreciate that understanding life in all its diversity, animals, plants, and humans, is fundamental not only to understanding the world, but to making positive change in so many of the major challenges that face our planet. And this year of all years, we realize how nature and animals, and human disease can interact to tragic effect. Now, our faculty is not only engaged, and you're not only engaged in tackling those problems, but I think it's important to say we're a diverse, tolerant, and outward-looking community that's drawn from across the world. And you should be incredibly proud that you've played an important role in the continuing development and evolution of our faculty during your time at UCL. Today's a happy day when we celebrate your graduation, not the usual face-to-face experience we all wanted, but in the current situation, the safest way is to celebrate your success with you online. I realize you've had an extremely unusual end to your time at university, but as Duncan said, and I wish to reiterate, we are full of admiration for how you've dealt with these unique challenges. All of us here on the virtual platform are absolutely delighted to share this occasion with you. And as Duncan said, the skills and determination that got you to this point will serve you well for the future and help you make a difference in this challenging world we live in. Education is transformative for all of us, and we've all experienced the power of education to change our lives. You're just starting out on your careers, but when you're established, I think, like me, you'll look back on your career not as a sequence of jobs with particular titles, but a rich tapestry of people who have influenced or changed your lives through education and training. Already, I'm sure you recognize particular teachers and educators who've made an impact on your life. And in future years, that impact will endure. That's as it should be, for a faculty like ours is at its heart a community of like-minded individuals dedicated to the generation and dissemination of human knowledge and understanding. You are part of that community, and we are incredibly proud to have participated in your development. So in closing, we hope you'll reflect on your time here at UCL with some fondness and pride. Please stay in touch with us after graduating, use our alumni network, and through our electronic newsletter, Lifetimes, and regular social events and invited speakers, we hope to continue to build that relationship with you to make our faculty even better and to help you as you move forward through your life. We hope as alumni, you'll be some of our proudest ambassadors, our most passionate advocates, and our most generous supporters in the years ahead. But for now, please, I hope you've enjoyed today's celebration, and please do enjoy today's celebration of your hard work and achievement. And we look forward to continuing our relationship with you in the future. So as Dean of the Faculty, I now have the pleasure of formally conferring your degrees. Well done, everyone. So in a moment, we're going to hear now from one of our esteemed alumni, Mr. Varun Mali, who completed an MSc in drug delivery at UCL in 2012. Varun Mali is a pharmaceutical scientist and a registered pharmacist. He's worked in the life sciences and pharma sector in both UK and India for companies including Piramal and Novartis, and is currently in a diplomatic role, working for the UK government as the Deputy Head of Mission and Head of Trade and Investment and British High Commission in Hyderabad in India. Varun's role includes supporting Indian companies to strategically expand to the UK, leading to UK foreign direct investments. And he also supports on business development for British companies in India. His priority and focus sectors include life sciences, pharmaceuticals, biotech, medtech, digital health, AI and technology, and sustainable clean growth companies. And we're now going to hear from him.
Hello, Namaste. I'm Varun Mali. I graduated in 2012 from the UCL School of Pharmacy with a specialization in drug delivery. Today, I work for the UK government as the Deputy Head of the Mission and Head of Trade and Investment at the British Deputy High Commission in Hyderabad, representing Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, as well as the Department for International Trade. I have fond memories of my graduation ceremony, which happened not too long ago, and thus wishing all of you many congratulations. Celebrate the success today in whichever way you can, wherever you are. It is indeed a moment of pride to graduate from one of the top most universities in the world. And remember, this is an accolade which is going to stay with you for the rest of your life. My time in UCL has taught me about perseverance and never giving up. The course was an excellent example of industry and academia collaboration. In fact, I got an opportunity to complete my MSc project with a pharmaceutical R&D unit while I was pursuing the course. And the excellent faculty and resources available in UCL indeed widened my horizon and led me pursuing various global roles throughout my career. I can vouch for the fact that this London's Global University, as it's called, truly transforms you into a global citizen. I would like to end with top 3 thoughts which I wish someone had told me when I was graduating. First, listen to your intuition, follow your passion, be brave, be bold, and always pursue something which gives you happiness. Second, enjoy the process of starting your career. This time is never going to come back again. Be confident in your approach and anything that you do. Thirdly, the pandemic has taught us that networking in itself is a true asset. So do work on expanding your network. You can start with the UCL alumni, for example, or make the most of connecting with your university peers. Don't be afraid to reach out and just start your hustle. Lastly, remember your learning hasn't stopped. In fact, starting from today, you will be expected to start applying all that you've learned in the past. There might be occasions where you'll have to unlearn and relearn. But I'm confident that at every stage of your career, with your UCL degree, success will surely follow. Congratulations once again and all the best.
Thank you, Varun. Some wise advice there. I wish I had had that at my graduation. So we're very grateful to him for his thoughts. It's all too short, these virtual ceremonies. In fact, even the non-virtual ceremonies are all too short. And we're going to officially come to a close shortly. But before we do that, I think I just want the colleagues on the virtual platform party to unmute themselves again to have one final round of applause for all of our graduates, colleagues. Well done, everyone. Congratulations.
Many congratulations to you all.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done.
Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, and most importantly, our graduates who have now had your degrees formally conferred upon you. That concludes our virtual graduation ceremony. I offer you my wholehearted congratulations and my very best wishes for the future. We look forward, I hope, to further celebrations in person in a not too distant future. But for now, thank you, and we'll have a short closing video.